everybody, welcome to Elder Geek's Elder Speak. My name is Randy Asenchak, editor of ElderGeek.com. I'm not sure if you're going to be seeing any video game footage in the background today or not. The only thing that I've been playing lately has been Zelda 64, and I'm saving all that footage for the next episode of 25 Games for my son, so there might be video game footage going on behind me. I'm not 100% sure. It might also be some Minecraft. I've been kind of tinkering around on our official Minecraft server, which, by the way, if you want to hop onto our official Minecraft server, follow us on Facebook. We kind of give out the information there. I'm not the one that's controlling it. Michael is, and I'm not sure if it's open to public yet or not, but the plan is to make it public soon. But anyway, welcome back. It's been a long time since I've done an Elder Speak. A lot has been going on. It's been a long year. I have a lot that I kind of want to talk about, so if this goes a little bit long, I'm sorry. I actually have a list. I wish I had actually taken a picture of this or a screenshot or whatever, just to kind of show you the list of the things that I'm going to go through. But if you've never done an Elder Speak before, all the different topics are going to be time coded below, so if you want to skip to those items, go right ahead. First things first, I guess I could probably talk about the state of YouTube and / Google, and how it's been affecting ElderGeek.com and how it's going to affect ElderGeek.com. Unless you have not been, had your finger on the pulse this week, YouTube has sort of done some massive changes just this week in terms of how they have unleashed their content ID matching system. We've gotten flagged on a couple of videos, not too many, enough that it's irksome, but there's people out there who've had literally like hundreds of videos flagged. I've had like 5, I think, and I've disputed them. A lot of people have been kind of mad at networks, saying that, oh, you're supposed to protect us from these kind of things. I got to admit, Polaris has been great. I've been sending my content matches over to them, and they've been doing their best to kind of wipe them off of my account. So I'm still very hopeful. I got to admit, it's kind of annoying, some of the content matches that are coming through, because they're coming through on reviews. It's not like I'm taking this song and I'm like, oh, hey, listen to this song and subscribe because I play more songs. It's stuff like I'm playing the song in a review, and it's a song from the game, and reviewing the music from the game is part of, the review process. But, that's been kind of unfortunate. Most of them, like I said, might get wiped. If they don't, no skin off my back. There was one that came in that bothered me quite a bit, and Nintendo actually marked my Super Mario World episode of 25 Games for my son. Kind of knew it was going to happen, or I shouldn't even say I knew it was going to happen. I was hoping that it wasn't going to happen because of how much not Nintendo is in that video, but hey, it's a program. It just catches those waveforms, man, and it flags it immediately. So I will talk about that particular issue a little bit later on, but I will say this. I'm not going to be stopping doing videos for YouTube for a long time, unless, they tell me to stop, unless I get some copyright strikes. Right now we have no copyright strikes, we just have content ID matches. But YouTube this year, looking back over the year, YouTube has done pretty much everything in their power to make their product worse. Starting with the whole Channel 1 redesign, which I didn't mind as much. I just kind of thought, hey, I'll roll with the punches. But now looking back over the entire year, YouTube has just really altered their product into something that was much worse than what they had just 1 year ago today. The whole Channel 1 idea was terrible. I understand that they wanted to make everybody's channels more friendly for mobile devices. Hey, great, that's awesome, but they could have done all of that on the back end. They didn't need to make everybody visually change what they were doing. It was nice when partnered channels like ours were able to modify their channel to say, like, hey, welcome to eldergeek.com. Here's the links to all of our appropriate places. Like, I could list Twitch, and I could list our website, and I could list our Twitter account and our Facebook account, and I could put up all of those links in a nice place, along with our PayPal donation place if somebody wanted to make a PayPal donation to us. But now I'm limited to like 3 links up on the top, and the rest of it, it's kind of a crapshoot if anybody's going to make it. And I think what's even more annoying is it's not like I think I made like $10 or $20 or something like that on PayPal donations last year. But it's nice that it's there, and it's nice that people see that they have that option. I think where it affected us most was in our charity marathon. In years past, we reskinned our page to reflect what was going on in our charity marathon. So we would say, like, hey, we're doing our 48-hour Skyrim charity marathon. Come and hang out. We had hundreds of people coming out, and we had like a gigantic turnout that year. And even when we did our Friday Night Creature Feature holiday or horror marathons last year, those actually ended up doing better. But this year it was kind of like, I don't know. It was sad. So on top of that, just skipping off of the channel, one thing, on top of that, YouTube, a lot of people don't know this, we've been seeing less and less in terms of ad income from YouTube, despite the fact that we've gone up in numbers and we've gone up in viewer, in views. We've been seeing less and less every month. And, just to kind of toss this out there, we really don't make a lot of money off of this channel. I'm flattered when people think that this is my full-time job, but it's not. I think average month, maybe I'll see like between $100 and $150, which covers like server fees and a game or two, which I pay for anyway a lot of the times. So to think that I make enough off of this channel to pay for a mortgage, car payments, health insurance, groceries, and everything else is just, it's flattering. I appreciate you think that my quality is that high, but the reality is no. There's no way I could make a living off of just this channel. I have a 9-to-5 job. This is a side thing, and it's nice that I can do it. I think it's funny once in a while somebody sends me links to these websites that estimate how much a certain YouTuber is making, and I saw the one said that my channel was likely making between 25 grand and 70 a year, which, come on, if that was the case, I would quit my job in a heartbeat, but no way. Anyway, so YouTube has been paying less and less. That's another thing that's been kind of crappy. The Google Plus integration was a little bit of a CF from the get-go. On the user side, everybody's been seeing like how hard it's been to make comments, and that it was kind of weird for people to reply and everything. On my side, on the creator side, it was extra awkward because Google almost mandated that we signed in with our names. They kept bombarding us over and over again, like, hey, are you sure you want to be eldergeek.com? Are you sure you don't want to be Randy Yasenchuk? Hey, we set it up for you. You're already Randy Yasenchuk. Isn't that great? And there was a day when I signed in with my standard Elder Geek, sign in, and I couldn't find any of my videos. It was pointing to this account that Google had set up as Randy Yasenchuk, and I was freaked out. I ended up having to like sign back out and sign back in, and anyway, long story short, it's a CF, and they still need to fix that. So let's see, they did the YouTube one idea. There was the Google Plus integration that was a total mess. There was the paying the less ads, and now everybody's knowing about this crackdown between YouTube and the networks. Right now, the networks have been forced to make this decision where they need to pick their people below them, like us, and they've said, hey, you need to either make them a managed channel or an affiliate channel. We're an affiliate channel. I am going to have to go through a monetization process now, once again, before I can actually get paid for the videos that I do. Again, like I said, I don't get paid a lot of money for doing these videos in the first place, so if I'm going to be seeing a ding in my income from this channel, I'm not going to be surprised. It's just going to be par for the course, really, with YouTube. It is going to suck, however, because a lot of times when I'm posting a video, I render the video and I post it immediately. I don't have this time to really wait for YouTube to kind of go through this monetization process to say, like, yeah, you can earn income off of that. Most of the time when I post a video, most of the views, I want to say like 75% of the views happen within that first day. And when it comes to video reviews specifically, which is where like, my bread and butter is, video reviews, like that first day is crucial. And it's extra crucial when you have like an early copy. On the rare chance that I have an early copy of something, I've got to get it up as quickly as I can, because then I'm competing with bigger YouTube channels and bigger corporations that have way more PR contacts than I do. So that might suck, but I'll continue to make videos because I enjoy doing it. You guys are awesome, and really you guys make it worth my while, so I'm going to continue doing that. The final thing, this kind of goes back into the crackdown on networks with them matching content and everything like that. with them matching content, a lot of the dings that the content matches that I've been getting have been on songs from within the game. I think I said this earlier, but what I might end up doing to kind of avoid this whole mess again, I might have to just disable the music from within the game so it doesn't get content matched from the musician's company. So like the musician typically does not... Typically musicians don't work in-house anymore. The concept of an in-house musician has kind of gone away a little bit. They still exist, but they're becoming less and less. I actually just had a conversation about this with Grant Kirkhope and Alexander Brandon, who, I'm sorry to say, guys, but if you guys are doing audio for a game, I might have to turn off your audio. And in that regard, I might not be able to talk about your audio within the video reviews, because that's kind of what's coming up most is these content ID matches on audio. Where the hell was I going with this? Oh, anyway, so that's that with networks. The biggest change, and this is the single biggest change that has affected my channel, eldergeek.com, and this doesn't get talked about a lot. But YouTube, and it happened right around when they made that channel 1 change, YouTube has completely altered the way that they recommend channels to one another. And this has resulted in a dramatic change into how many subs we get new a month. There was a point where we were getting about 1,000 new subscribers a month, which was great. I was excited for that. I was ecstatic for that. And then when YouTube made that change as to how they're recommending their channels, now they only recommend the biggest people in the YouTube genre that I'm working in. Since I'm gaming, they're going to recommend the biggest gamers out there. For example, I was, just before I did this video, I wanted to pull up who they had recommended. So let me actually bring up the list that I have here, which is kind of flattering if YouTube really thinks that I'm pulling in the numbers that these people are, but I'm really not. Right now, and by the way, this is not me talking smack about any of these people. Really, I'm not. It's just an unbalanced system. Before, YouTube used to recommend channels that were like mine, who were roughly about the same subscriber level. So it was a great way for people to find hidden gem channels. That's how a lot of people found us. They were watching other channels that were around the 20,000, subscriber mark or 30,000 subscriber mark, and they were finding other channels like mine who were right around that 30,000 subscriber channel who were producing similar content. Now, the channels that YouTube subscribes or recommends, sure, they're gaming related, but not in content related at all, and we're not even batting at all in the same ballpark here. So they recommend Cinemassacre, so the angry video game nerd, who is a really pleasant guy, but he has 1.3 million subscribers. Next, they recommend that you subscribe to PewDiePie, who has 17 million subscribers. They recommend IGN, who has 3.9 million subscribers. Ego Raptor, who, yes, is gaming related, but he is cartoons. 1.2 million subscribers. Total Biscuit, great guy, 1.4 million subscribers. And then there's the Yogscast guys at 6.3 million subs. Now, I'm not saying that these channels don't deserve subscribers. They clearly work very hard at what they do. They're very good at what they do. But what I'm asking, YouTube, is, do you really need to recommend my viewers to go check out them? I would rather that YouTube recommended you go check out other people who were right around my same subscriber level, who are working just as hard as I am to create new content for people out there who don't know about the angry video game nerd. I mean, who doesn't know about the angry video game nerd? Who doesn't know about Total Biscuit? They're great people, but everybody knows them. Everybody knows PewDiePie. He's like the most popular guy on YouTube. 17 million people? Does YouTube really need to recommend my viewers to go and check him out? So again, that is not me saying anything terrible at them. They're clearly very good at what they do, but it's not like YouTube in turn is telling PewDiePie viewers to go and check out my channel. It's kind of crappy. So that was a massive change for us. So we lost a ton of incoming subscribers because of that. So that is my biggest beef with the whole state and change of YouTube. In January, I believe, I think I mentioned this, they're going to be going through the process of mandating everybody go through an approval process before they get approved for monetized videos. I'll try to do another Elder Speak then to let you know how it goes, let you know if it affects us that much. I kind of doubt it will. I don't want to be Chicky Little here running around screaming, that the sky is falling, when really I might only have to wait an hour or something like that for monetized videos. Who knows? It might be a total nightmare like it was before. I might have to wait a week. But I'm hopeful. That's all I gotta say. I'm hopeful. Moving on to more personal stuff, I guess, because I kind of feel like I beat the whole YouTube thing to death. Everybody's been talking about that anyways. Game Club. Game Club is sadly retired. It wasn't like there was any kind of disagreement among me, Steve, or Phil. We talk very regularly. It's just that real life comes first when it comes to doing Elder Geek stuff. Like I said, if we were doing this as a full-time job, if I had enough, if I made enough money off of this channel to be able to pay the guys who help out with the channel like a salary to help out, yeah, that'd be great. But the reality is, I don't. And so real life always has to come first. So family issues and work issues and all that kind of fun stuff, all that stuff has to come first no matter what. And that goes for everybody on the channel, myself included. If family stuff and work stuff happens, that's got to come first. I gotta pay my mortgage. I gotta pay my car insurance. I gotta make sure that my kid's eating. I gotta make sure I'm eating. Otherwise, none of this fun stuff gets to happen. So anyway, Game Club is sadly retired for now. I've been keeping my feelers out for new potential guest hosts for the show. I would even consider the idea of changing up the show a little bit, not a whole lot. I liked the format that it was before, but it's got to be the right personalities. It can't just be anybody. It's got to be the right personalities to do it. So one day, hopefully soon, I'll be resurrecting it, but I gotta put the feelers out. The state of Elder Speak. People ask, why don't you do Elder Speak anymore? Again, it's just a matter of time. When I get the time and when I get just when I get the time, I can do them. But I've been crazy busy lately. I wish I wasn't. I wish I could make more videos. There was a time when I had the luxury to do these practically every day. I don't have that free time anymore, and I really wish I did. So yeah, that's that. I mean, I can do these Elder Speak continually as sort of like a vlog almost, and kind of give you these random state of affairs kind of videos. I promise I'll try to do more. Like, I feel like it's been too long. I feel like I'm covering too much in this video when I could have done them individually as these topics kind of came up. And the state of 25 games. This is the final topic that I have on here. 25 games is obviously still going on. It is a very long project to do each episode, and I clearly overestimated how much free time I would have in working on these videos. 25 games is still going on. It's just it's quite a process. I'm not an animator. It takes me a little while to actually draw each and every one of those little pictures that you see in there. So I guess if I were to estimate, I would probably say it probably takes me like 4 to 6 hours for every single picture that you see in there, except for the ones where it's just like my head and a talking bubble. Those take a couple of seconds, but the drawn out pictures that are in there take a little while. Yeah, they look like crap, but that doesn't mean that I can crank them out really quickly. And then there's the matter of actually replaying the game, writing the story, doing the audio for the story. In the case of Zelda 64, which I just refinished last night for the first time in 12 years or something like that. I think I clocked in close to 20 hours on that game. That's a long game. I mean, I remembered it was a long game, but that's a lot longer than I remembered it being. So, yeah, that's that. It's been a year. Originally, I think if somebody had asked me, what was we did this actually on Delete All, which please go watch Delete All. That's a really cool series that I'm trying to kick off, and I'm trying to give it some legs here, and nobody's watching it. Please go watch Delete All. I've brought in some great guests for the show. But on the first episode, I asked what was the biggest gaming controversy of 2012, and I think I had said about how everything that Sega touched was just turned into crap this year. I take that back. I think that the biggest gaming controversy this year was just how drastically YouTube has changed and how drastically it's made itself worse for video game content creators. That being said, I actually want to take just a real quick second. If anybody from any of these companies is actually watching or listening to this, I want to say thanks to the companies who are being wonderful about reviewing their games on YouTube channels and being really wonderful about content ID matches. So Ubisoft, Paradox, Blizzard, Deep Silver, and Capcom have been great about this stuff. Bethesda has never given me any problems with reviewing their games, even though they haven't come forward and given like a public notice saying like, hey, we're not flagging these things. They've been cooperative with everything. But I want to say thanks specifically to those companies for actually saying, hey, we're not flagging these people. These companies are the ones that you guys need to kind of pay attention to, because they are accepting the fact that, hey, YouTube is a thing. YouTube is getting the voice about these games out, whether it's good or bad, about our games out to the public in a way that we never could. So thanks to that. It also means that after this episode of 25 Games for My Son of Zelda 64, that means that from here on out, there's no more Nintendo games on the list. Originally, there were going to be other Nintendo games on the list. Super Metroid was definitely going to be on the list. Zelda A Link to the Past was definitely going to be on the list. Zelda A Link to the Past, was going to be like a big one. But if Nintendo is going to content ID these things, then it's not worth me risking it. I mean, content IDs are just content IDs and they don't do you any harm, but they can lead to copyright strikes if the company chooses to get crazy serious about it. And Nintendo was the first one to get crazy serious about content IDs, and who is to say what they're going to do next? So sadly, if everybody was going to be coming in back and wanting to see more Nintendo games on the 25 Games for My Son list, not going to be there. This is the last one. Once Zelda 64 is out, that's it. No more Nintendo games. So that's kind of stinky, but that's just the way it's got to be. And this kind of rolls back into the game companies that are okaying video game reviews. And I don't even do Let's Plays. Like, it's not even like I'm sitting there dumping an entire video game out for the world to see. I'm doing video reviews, which are super condensed. They go from like 3 minutes to like 10 minutes of a video game, and it's very edited. Basically, if a company is going to be content ID matching my stuff, I'm just not going to review their games anymore. I mean, there's a ton of other video game companies out there, from indie publishers to medium-sized, developers to even other AAA publishers out there who are better about content ID matches. That's basically how it's gonna boil down. And it's not even it's my ball and I'm gonna go home and play with it. And this is not me trying to hold anybody's games for ransom. I mean, it's just business, really. If I can't get paid for my work of reviewing your games, then too bad for you. Oh well. I think that's it. It's been a crazy year. I had a really, overall, I would say a really great year. I loved doing videos for the site. I wish I had done more. At the beginning of the year, at the beginning of 2013, I remember I was reviewing just a slew of crappy games or less than great games, and I felt crazy defeated. But then a couple of more better games started coming along and really kind of picked my spirits up. I got to admit, that's a weird thing a lot of people don't know, but man, if you just keep reviewing one bad game after another, it just stinks, man. It really takes it out of you. But yeah, that's it. Guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for listening this long, and thanks for subscribing. Thanks for all of your great comments that you guys have been leaving, and I really do appreciate all the support that you guys have been giving over the years now. I've been doing this for a really long time. If you guys actually want to, see me in person, I'm going to be at MagFest come this January. They used to do it in Alexandria, Virginia, but now it's somewhere in Maryland. It's basically right next to Alexandria, Virginia. It's in the DC area. But I'm going to be at MagFest. I'm not setting up a table this year. I've been doing tables there for like the past 3 years. And it's always kind of funny. I would go to MagFest and I would have like a little tent card that would say like eldergeek.com, and I would have a monitor there. and I would have like a PlayStation 3, and I would just have like a bunch of video reviews that I did on a loop. And, you know, I would have eldergeek.com t-shirts there and like my business card. And, you know, I'm not big enough that people notice us. I think maybe I've had like 3 people come up to me saying like, hey, I love your stuff. But beyond that, people, 99% of the people would walk up to my table and they would like watch a video review and they'll be like, so did you make this game? And I'll lean forward and look at the screen and I'll be like, yeah, I made Gears of War 3, right? But I've always met a ton of really great people at MagFest. I always have a really great time there. So it's going to be better for me to just go and socialize and have a good time and hang out with, you know, my old friends from there. So I will be floating around at MagFest. I'm not going to have a table at MagFest. I might take a camera and make a couple of videos while I'm there. I might not. I don't know. But it's definitely going to be a vacation for me. So if you see me there, say hi. Definitely, you know, ask if I'll, you know, play some arcade games with you. I'll be more than happy to belly up to some arcade games with you guys and, you know, beat on each other in Street Fighter 2 or hopefully there'll be like a TMNT, you know, arcade cab there this year. That'd be great. But, yeah, that's it. I have no idea how long this has been running, but, thanks guys. Talk to you soon.